Alrighty, good morning. Let's see. Let's close this. We don't need it. I'll give people a few minutes to get in. And we'll see what's going on today. Okay, so, I guess let's start off with the news. Today, November 15th. This one was a dud across the board for almost everybody. This one should not have been traded. Now, this one we had mixed results on. I pulled in some pips, and other people pulled in pips. Nobody had a loss that I saw, but we did get a few duds. If you got a dud on it, what you want to do is probably check your straddle size. You might have been a little bit too big, so it might not have caught the move, which is a good thing. I mean, hell, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. At least you didn't lose money, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. It wasn't a huge mover, but it did move. It was 1% down to 0.9. Next up, the inflation report hearings. Like I said, I did not trade this one. And then we had core retail sales. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the results on those here in a second. So far, everyone reported in green. Bottom line was everyone did very well on it who did get a trade. Nobody that I saw took a loss. So if you did take a loss, get with me. I don't see how you could have, but I mean, it's always possible. So let's not be a smartass about it. But first one was the GBP. This one was the one at my time, 4:30 Eastern time. This was GBP CPI. What that stands for is Consumer Price Index. As you can see, I didn't get a big catch, even though it moved quite a bit. My spread fluctuated up right here, and it stopped me out, which not a big deal. I mean, I still made pips. I made, 6.5 pips on it, which freaking perfect. Live, I actually made 6.3. This is my demo account that I leave running that I can record on and things. I do not record. In order for me to be able to show you these, I use this computer. It has all my stuff on it. My laptop literally has MT4 on it and Windows, nothing else. It's basically my own little VPS. I want that thing running as fast as possible. I don't have any other software on it. I know that's kind of a luxury because I have a desktop and a laptop, but for me it's worth it. So first trade of the day was GBP CPI, Consumer Price Index, 6.5 pips. Now Robin's jackass got, God, what did he get? 20. Here, let's take a look at what he got. And this was FXCM, so let's take a look at what Pepperstone did today. Same trade. And let's look at him. I hate him. He pulled 26.2 pips. I so want to find a way to get my ass onto Pepperstone. I would be loving it. So me 7 pips, him 26.2, which that is a big difference, but you lucky bastards, that's all I can say. Next up, we had, let's see, the next one up was retail sales. Core retail sales was also in there, but retail sales is generally the pusher on that one. So live, I traded Euro USD. I pulled in 6 pips. And USD JPY, same news release, I pulled in 9.4 pips. So for me, it was, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22 pips today for setting up an EA last night if you watched the video and then going to sleep. So I made 22 pips in my sleep, basically. That's not too bad. Robin, on the other hand, or Pepperstone people, made 55 point, about 55 pips. So the Pepperstone guys definitely have an advantage with the lower spreads. And, I mean, he made 26, would be 26, 25 plus 25 is 50. Yeah, so he made double what I did in pips. So you Pepperstone guys have no excuse. You should be killing it. Trying to think what else. We did want to talk a little bit about slippage. We did have a question on slippage, and I guess I'll go through that again. But other than that, let me say, guys, I mean, so far with the news group, I'm really impressed. Those of you who have been taking it seriously are doing well, which makes me extremely happy. Uh, just keep up the good work, guys. Keep on top of your spreadsheets so you can watch for deviations in spread. GBP USD, I'm still not wholeheartedly trading that one. USD CAD or the Canada, whatever, US CAD. I am still playing with it on demo. I'm not touching it on live yet. It's just hit or miss with that one. So if you're on FXCM, I would recommend sticking to Euro USD and USD JPY. We can see those do perform well. We don't get the greatest amount of pips, but we do get a nice amount of pips. Because of the spread here, you can see it was what, 3, 6, about 9 pips of spread on that. But just keep doing what you're doing, guys. You're going to make money if you just stick to it. I mean, today was an excellent day. We had nobody report in red. Who was it? We did have one person for their first live trades. Let's give them a little credit. It was, I don't even know how to say your name. It's what, Johan Solo. I love the name, but I don't know how to say it right. He pulled in, and this was his first day live. Let's take a look. This was, I believe, the retail sales. He pulled in 7.3 pips on Euro, which beat me. And he pulled in 6.7 on USD JPY, so I beat him out there. But he pulled in 12 pips basically in his sleep too, so good job. Next, anyone else did we have report in? I think Paul tossed his numbers up. Let's see. I'm just trying to give people credit where it's due. 4.2 pips on EU and 10 pips on UJ for Paul. So good job there. That's about 15 pips with no real work put into it, to be honest. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a good way. Just stick to the program, stick to your spreadsheet, and it really is that easy. A lot of people don't believe me that it can be that easy. I will say by now you should be getting a feel for these. If you're not getting a feel for these on how to set them up, you feel nervous, don't worry about it. Get with me and I'll help you out. But you do need to speak up if you're not feeling comfortable. Like Johan, he said, oh, I forgot, I didn't send you my spreadsheets or anything. But I asked him, do you feel confident in your setups? Do you understand everything? He said yes, so that's perfectly fine. He feels confident in his setups, that he understands everything. As long as you feel confident and understand you're doing well, that's great. But if you're not doing good and you're being cocky or hard-headed, ask for help if you need it, guys. I mean, like I had said in chat, you see people now making money. Some of these people are moving into their 4th month and they're starting to do well. They're actually on live accounts trading. Well, one person's trading 5%, but 2 to 2.5% is the majority of our trades going on. You're going to start seeing their accounts building pretty quick over the next, by 6 months from now, you're going to see some people with some decent-sized accounts. So stay steady. The other thing I can say is, yes, it's exciting now that you see that you're making money. Stick to your money management. Do not go outside your money management. You will screw up everything. If you think, well, I'm super confident on this trade, and then it doesn't work out and you went outside your money management and screw it up. Don't go outside your money management, guys. Stick to it. Just let your account grow. We're already growing I mean, like I've said before, if you made 100 pips this month, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that is 95% more than 95% of the people trading Forex. I'm giving y'all a way to trade and make money. Don't screw it up. You're doing better than literally, I'd say more than, the statistics say 95% of people trading Forex fail. You now have a way to trade Forex and not fail. So you're doing better than 95% of the people. So even if you only make 50 pips, that's better than almost everybody trading Forex as a retail trader. So don't screw it up. Don't get greedy. Deal with what you got. Let your account grow slowly. A year from now, if you do it, I guarantee you'll be like, this was the best money I ever fucking spent. It was the best thing I ever signed up for because I was patient, I was calm, and I let my account grow slowly. So don't be, this is all coming down to don't be greedy, because I see too many people right at this point, once they start making money, they they crash and burn on it because of money management. It was the same with bins, and it was very aggravating. It's been the same with Forex because people think once they get their account up to a certain point, they can just go stupid with it. Just because you have a larger account, if you trade larger, you're still going to burn it just as quick. I mean, literally, just stay calm, be happy you're making the money you are. One of the people I have, what they're doing is they're just slowly depositing in, since now that they're making money steadily, they're just putting a little bit of money in their account each week to let it grow a little bit. It's kind of like a savings account for them because, well, it's a savings account with on freaking steroids because we're doing compounding interest on each trade, because each trade you update your, well, not each trade, but each day you update your trade amounts. So, I mean, your accounts are going to grow fast. That's one of the things you need to be patient, sit back and watch, and you'll see your accounts grow. Because, yeah, you're thinking, well, it's only 2% of my account, but it's 2% of your account, and then the next day you update it, and it's 2% of your new account size. And, I mean, you don't get daily compounding off of any freaking bank account that I know of. So, be calm. Be happy you're making money, but don't get carried away with it. Don't get stupid with it. I'm going to preach about this as more and more of you start pulling into live and start making money. I will be preaching this every freaking time because, like I said, this is the time where I see greed take over and people screw it up. And then a lot of times they'll get disheartened and just quit. There is no reason when you're trading news like this. Just stick to it, make your money, man. I mean, don't get crazy with it. So we wanted to talk slippage today. Someone had some questions about slippage. Let's see the easiest way I could do this. Let me see if I can bring it up. Give me a sec. Let me take a look at something because we had a question come in. Okay, DJ, are you in live chat? Because you put up a question in Slack. If you're in live chat, I'll answer it here. And then let me get ready for slippage. I'm going to see if we can do this an easy way. Drive. Oh, wait, I think I have a whiteboard. Let's try this, see if it has any drawing tools on it. I haven't got to use it. Sketch it. Holy hell, what is this? Clear all. There we go. It doesn't have a lot of drawing tools. I just kind of wanted to see what this is. Let me see if Google has something better that I can use. Google Sheets, more, Google Drawings. Let's try that. Sorry, I'm like, Give me a sec. I'm waiting for Google Drawings to load up. DJ, though, if you're in live chat, say so, and I'll answer your questions in live chat. If not, I'll message you. Alright, so let's check out Google Drawings. Insert text box, image, chart, we're in art. Okay, so I think this will work. This is Google Drawings. So we're going to insert. And a shape, shapes, let's go with a circle. Bear with me here, first time using this. Okay, so this is you, or your computer, as the case may be. DJ here. I can't, Karam, I can't actually see who's live. I can only see if they chat. It doesn't show me who's in the chat room. It just shows watching for, but I can't see who it is. Okay, so David, for yours, what was your straddle? I'm going to keep going with the slippage, but what was your straddle size on that GBP trade? And as you're typing, or since there's a delay on this, then we'll talk about it. But again, guys, good job, everyone. I mean, everyone seems to come in green today across the two trades that did pop. The GBP trade wasn't that big of a move, so David, I'm thinking your straddle size might have been a little bit big, but it's just part of the learning process. Don't worry about it. Don't get stressed. Just learn from it, basically. Okay, so insert, and let's do one more. Shape, and let's do a rectangle. This is the broker. And this was by request by, I don't remember who, but I don't mind going over it again as long as it helps y'all understand. Okay, so here's a line, and we'll say this is the internet. Internet. Yeah, I know my drawing skills are great. At least this looks better than paint. Okay, so this line here is the internet. This is you, this is the internet, this is your broker. So basically where slippage comes in, and whether you're on demo or you're live, you'll get a feel for slippage. Because slippage comes in with communication times. 50 was too big, I see that, but I dropped it to 40 for the chart I just shared. Okay, are you on Pepperstone, David, or on FXCM? Okay, I'm going to be asking questions and doing this, so you can't see it, but there's a chat window that I'm talking into on YouTube with people asking questions. Okay, so here's us, here's the internet, and here's the broker. So where slippage comes in is when your computer talks to the broker, it takes a certain amount of time for the message to go from you to the broker. So let's, for instance, I'm going to keep this simple. We're going to say it's in milliseconds how this is done, but let's say, just so you can get an idea, it's 1 second. So it's 1 second there. So you say, I want to buy, and then your computer sends the order off to the broker. 1 second later, the broker gets it, and I guess you could call it, let's see what kind of shape. We'll put this in. So that 1 second, then the broker gets it, and we'll call it, this is the processing time. So the broker's computer server then gets the order, and it takes, I don't know, and I'm going extremely crazy on these times just so that people can comprehend. And it takes, I don't know, it takes half a second. So we're already up to 1.5 seconds from the time you said buy. So 1 second, half a second in, and now the broker has to answer us saying, okay, well, 1.5 seconds. Let's get it there. That's how long it took, because the broker made its decision, so it took 1.5 seconds. Now, the next thing that happens is it's going to answer back, but everything's already set in stone by this point. So it took 1 second for your order to get there, and 1/2 second for it to process it. Now, during that time, what was happening is here's price, and let's say it's moving up. And let's see if we can make that a little bigger. Okay. And so here's price moving up. And do we have a color? There we go. That's all pretty. No, delete you. Just deal with me and you'll understand it here in a second. Arrows. Okay, so here is when you hit buy. Now, 1 second in, and let's just say price is moving up pretty fast. Because during news, this is what you will literally happen. So at 1 second, this is, so price was at, I don't know, let's say 2. Price was at 2 here. Now, by the time the broker receives the order, it's 2, we'll just say it's at 3. Now it's going to take another half second for the broker to say, yes, I can. Let's say you wanted, I don't know, 0.5 lots. You wanted half a lot. So now the broker's got your order, and now this server has to decide, do I have half a lot to let this guy buy? That means somebody has to be selling half a lot because you're wanting to buy half a lot. So it takes the broker half a second to decide it. So let's put in another arrow. And here, let's do this. So let's toss in another arrow. And let's label it. And hopefully this clears up what exactly slippage is. 1.5 seconds. At 1.5 seconds, the process is completed. What that means is, right here, let's say price jumped up to, and again, we're just going to keep it simple. Okay, so let's go through the whole thing and walk it through. Here's you send your order over the internet. It takes your order 1 second to say, I want to buy. After 1 second, the broker gets it. Its little super server takes half a second to say, yes, someone is selling the same amount you want to buy. Your order's filled. Now, we're not worried about the communication time back because the order's actually stored on the server. What's over here is just a reflection of what the broker has. So the communication getting there, if it's super fast, then your order's locked in, and then it could take 20 seconds to get back to you, and it wouldn't matter because it's already locked in on the broker's server. So let's take a look. Here's the price at 2. You hit buy. 1 second passes by. They receive the order. Price is now at 3 because this is we're thinking this is a news release. Half a second later, it says, yes, I do have what he wants. It gives it to you, but a half a second's passed and price has now jumped up to 4, and you are filled right here. You're now locked in. Now, like I said, it could take 20 seconds for the freaking broker to answer back to you, but you're already going to be locked in there. That is what slippage is. It's the amount of time it takes you to send the order to the broker and the broker to say yes. It is not how much time then the broker answers back, because that's already locked in. It's just basically it's sending a confirmation back to you. It's kind of like when you've already signed, if this is your package, you send it to somebody, they sign for it, they have it, but it takes you 15 minutes to find out they signed for it. That doesn't change the time they signed for it. Does that make sense to everyone on slippage? Because I know we had a couple questions on it. Now, things you can do about slippage, they're caused by multiple things. Your computer running slow can cause slippage. Shitty internet connection can cause slippage. Having extra crap open, Skype, Slack, YouTube, uTorrents, anything. That's why I preach so much about nothing should be running on your computer. My laptop, like I said, I have MT4 on it, nothing else. It's a clean install of Windows 10 with MT4 on it. That's all I have on that bitch. Sorry. I'm yawning. Slippage. Sorry, I was updating the YouTube video name. It still had yesterday's on it. So do we have any questions there? If not, I am open for anything else. Let me rename so maybe I'll save this. Slippage. I mean, it's pretty simple, guys. Follow along in the spreadsheet. Pay attention to what happens on the charts. Tomorrow, I keep promising it, and I keep forgetting, to be honest. We'll do how to record. I'll get the software up and loaded so we can record some trades. Let's look at news for tomorrow. Alrighty then. So news for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, the 16th, 3:30. This is a go. We want to go ahead and straddle both of these. Not expecting a move, but we will see. Then we jump down to 7:30. CAD, US CAD. This one is definitely a do. It's manufacturing sales and PPI. I'll be straddling live. I'll straddle. This is one of the times I will be straddling US CAD, but I will be dropping down my trade size an extreme amount because FXCM with CAD, the spread can get a little bit of out of control. I may just do 0.5% or 1%. I have not quite decided yet. I'm going to go look through my spreadsheets and see. If it's a big mover, which I don't think it's going to be, it'll work out. But I think it's probably going to be a little bit of a mover. But we will see. I have no idea on it, to be honest, if it's going to move or not. And I really don't care. It's more about deciding my risk management. I'm not sure about it, so I'm thinking I'm going to go 0.5% on it. I wanted to straddle it, so US CAD, I will straddle it. Probably 0.5%, so if I do take a loss, it's just going to be a tiny little one. For USD, this one will be, again, Euro USD and USD JPY. The thing I don't like is we have CAD news coming out with this. So, again, but by sticking to our faithful pairs, Euro USD and USD JPY, we should do okay. Next, crude oil inventories. Again, for you Pepperstone bastards, that's a nice freaking way for you to make money. FXCM, I will still demo it. I have not made up my mind if I'm going to start trading these things live. I want to get about 3 or 4 months worth of data in on them. With Trader's Way, I was able to make money on them, but with FXCM, it's hit or miss. So if I get 4 or 5 months of data and let's say I'm hitting more than I'm missing, then yeah, it's worth it. Other than that, the rest of this crap, no touching. We have China news, AUD news. The rest of this, you can demo it all to your heart's content. And it looks like AUD is the only real one, the unemployment change. You can demo the shit out of that. The rest of these are tentative and over several days, so don't worry about it. But that pretty much sums it up for today for news and what's coming up for tomorrow. Do we have questions? I mean, again, guys, I'm glad to see that y'all are doing well. It is nice to see that people are doing well with this. Again, if you're going to get into a comfort zone on it where you just, it's going to start clicking and you feel like you know what you're doing. Just like anything. It just takes practice. A few pieces of advice: drink coffee. Because you won't yawn while you're doing a live stream. Stick to your plan, to the plan and the thing. Do your first 30 days on demo. Reason being, I'm not saying you're idiots, but I even do it. Data entry errors can bite you in the ass. Do your first 30 days on demo for data entry to make sure you get the feel for it. Develop your own checklist so that you can go back and double check your data entry. Double check your freaking... double check here too. I mean, if you feel comfortable with it and you want to do it just because you're anal like I am, go into your expert advisors. Always make sure this is correct. Go into your EA. Make sure in the comment tab that everything's marked. I mean, you can be as safe about this as you want. It's your money, especially since the majority not the majority, you have some of you already moving into your full live versions, trading 2 to 2.5%. 1 or 2 of you are doing 5%, which I'm a little scared for you, but if that's what you feel you're capable of, go for it. Statistically, I think 2%, 2.5% is a little bit safer. 5% your account is going to take off and grow, though, and I know that's something that's very appealing, but it's also dangerous. I'm trying to think what else. We haven't had any questions in yet. We got 10 minutes to the bell ring. USD still seems to be pulling strong after the Trump election. It had its initial dips. Still moving strong, which surprising. I'm not going to get into politics, like I said, but it is surprising that USD is pulling so strong. Again, if you missed the big portion of the video, we reviewed the trades from today. Everybody that reported in did good. Like I said, FXCM, I pulled in about 26. It looks like the average on FXCM was about 30 pips for the people that reported in. I was in the middle range. Some people did a little bit below it at 20 pips, and some people did a little bit above it at about 30 pips. For Pepperstone, they did middle range was about 45. It looks like the average is about 55 pips pulled in today. So, I mean, again, guys, way to go. Just stick to your money management. I cannot say it good enough. I'm super happy that y'all are doing good. It makes me extremely happy that y'all are doing good. But just, I preached about it at the beginning. Stick to your money management. Now that you have a way to trade and you can make money, don't blow it because of money management. It's going to be super aggravating if you do. Um, some of the things, if you have extra money, toss a little bit into your accounts to let them build a little faster. I mean, $10 a week can't hurt it if you're on a smaller account. Some of you are on the $50 accounts with FXCM, so toss a little bit of money in it. Don't buy a 6-pack of beer for the night or something. I don't know. It'll help the account grow. We do have one message. Let's check it. Shared the wrong chart. We'll give David, just in case you do have a question, because I saw you put something up, but I'll give it a minute or two more. But again, guys, I mean, it is seriously, this is not something difficult to do. It's crap. Let me do something real quick. Documents. I can't flip through charts, and it's driving me nuts. There we go. Now I can flip through charts. Okay, so let's see what David said. Why does my thing keep going over there? I'm not too sure what you're... I see a chart, David. Here, I'll put it up on the screen. Your weight after was 5. The only thing I could say, maybe bump your weight after to 6. That might have been... It was a slow mover, but it did move. So maybe bump your weight after till 6. That is... If we go to our EA... that's the wrong EA. Inputs. Weight after right here is the one in caps. Just bump it up to 6. You can bump it up to 7 if you want. There are some drawbacks to getting that too high, but bump it up to 6 or 7, you should be fine. I would say bump it up to 6 and see if that helps you catch it. Again, this afternoon I'll probably do the walkthrough for tomorrow's trades. I'm going to guess I'll try and make that a habit of doing the walkthrough for each trade for the next day. So, I mean, because that's about when I set it up. Right now I'll scalp for a little bit. And then when 11 o'clock hits, I'll go ahead and do the setup for the next day. Because I do the setup, then I just close MT4. And before I go to bed, I turn it on. I guess we could talk a little bit about that. Because some people said, I don't have time to do this. If you don't have, and please don't be offended, if you don't have time to do this, you're a lazy motherfucker. If you were willing to sit in front of a chart for 2-3 hours, and you can't set aside, yesterday it took me 10 minutes, slow-ass moving to set up 4 pairs live for everyone, explaining it as I can go. That was 2.5 minutes a pair. I can set up 4 pairs in literally 5 minutes. Hell, I've set up 6 pairs NFP when I screwed it up, closed my chart, reopened it. I set up 6 pairs for NFP in like 3 minutes. It can be done. Now, I'm not saying that you need to rush through it. When you're starting out, you want to do it methodically. You want to get into a rhythm. You want to get into the same habit of doing it over and over and over. The biggest thing I see new people make is data entry mistakes. They'll put in the wrong time, the wrong date. They'll type it in something wrong, or they forget to change it, or they tab through it and miss one thing. So data entry is your first goal during demo time to get used to. Once your data entry is good, then we take a look at your straddle size and everything else. But data entry is the first barrier I see for most of y'all, and it's the most common mistake I'm seeing. And remember, it's demo, guys. Like I said, since I've been offering the news group, this opened me up to how good of a tool demo is, because I've been watching US CAD on demo, and I was set in my ways. I was GBP, USD, JBP, and Euro USD. That's all I was trading. But US CAD, because of Robin and Paul, I've been watching it now. Other than that, guys, I'm going to take a break. We have 6 minutes to the bell. If we have questions, I can go live again. I'm thinking about doing a little scalping today. The markets, hopefully with Trump pushing it still, will be heading in one direction, which has made it very easy. And around 11:30, I'll jump back on live and we'll do the setup for tomorrow's news. And let's see. There was somebody, let me find the email so I can mention it if he watches this all the way through. I have one person struggling a little bit with MT4. Bert. If you see this, Bert, just get with me, and I'll jump on your computer and help you out. Alright guys, so other than that, have a good day. Again, I'll be back around 11ish, so we could run through the setup for tomorrow for the news releases. And have a good one. If you have questions though, hit me up, and we'll either cover it tomorrow during live, or I'll cover it when I do the setup. Enjoy, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And again guys, great job today. Everyone who reported in green. We had varying pip sizes, but everybody came in green, so great freaking job. I mean, I'm super proud of y'all. And have a good one, guys. Gals, too.